Until the unaffected are just as outraged as the affected, true change won't come. We need the unaffected to feel our pain.
This country stands for freedom, liberty, justice for all. And it's not happening for all right now. I'm seeing things happen to people that don't have a voice. I'm going to continue to stand with the people that are being oppressed.
When I first saw Kaepernick take a knee, I was fired up.
Initially, I was kind of like, maybe this is a little disrespectful.
Being in a military family, seeing someone kneel, it really hurt.
Oh, I definitely didn't understand like the gravity of what was happening.
Anybody protesting anything dealing with the flag is just too radical of a point.
The notion league-wide was that if you kneel, you were going to get cut.
Very agreed. Kenny Stills, myself, any other player who chose to take a knee back in 2016, even though we know the cause that we're fighting for is on the right side of history, it comes with a lot of heat.
Already being identified as Muslim American, it was a whole nother blowback. You know, people were calling it unpatriotic, calling it terrorist, all type of things.
The NFL's players are insulting every single American.
Started with Colin Kaepernick, now it has infected the league.
Anything anybody said was being politicized, taken out of context. Narratives were written by the media, by politicians.
All this stuff is going on in our country and police really killing black people at an alarming rate. You're gonna take that and say we're kneeling against the flag?
If you can't respect our national anthem, get the hell out of the country.
No matter, what we continue to do, people are going to try to ignore this issue.
Why are you kneeling? That's terribly disrespectful.
What is intuitively obvious to some,
get that son of a bitch off the field,
never reach the realm of possibilities for others.
He's fired. He's fired!
It cost Colin his career. It cost a lot of players, like Eric Reed, myself, and many others, salaries, and the trajectory of our career never will be the same.
It speaks to Kaepernick's courage at the time. He knew what he was doing was going to be unpopular, but he did it anyway.
There's beauty in the struggle because you have people stepping up to the plate and believing in what they believe in with their whole heart, and they're just ready to go after it.
Protests spread around the world,
demanding change.
Officers burst into Taylor's home and shot her 8 times.
Ahmaud Arbery shot and killed by a father and son.
Derek Chauvin's knee on Floyd's neck for nearly 9 minutes.
From start to finish, we saw a live lynching. And the people who normally can say, that's not me, that doesn't happen in our community, they were probably forced to finally see and look at it face to face.
I mean, you're talking about millions of people have been protesting, making noise, and that has forced people to have more difficult conversations.
Now they're starting to say, okay, enough's enough. Like, black people have not been crying wolf this whole time.
Where they stop the abuse of our black and brown men and women.
In a capitalistic society where the only place we're mainly represented or at least reported on in this country, which is entertainment, and all these race things are going on and I'm quiet or I'm not, standing with the movement that I know is right, I just don't want to be on that side of history.
I hope guys kneel. I've always said if guys do the work in community, I think they deserve to kneel if they feel that's the right thing in their heart. But I'm still split on, whether I measure up to those standards for myself as far as, how much actual work that I do in my community.
And I think that's what's causing more guys, than ever to want to be more vocal, want to take a knee, want to show, again, that they stand in solidarity with the black community.
I was very ignorant to a lot of what was going on. And the more I talked to my teammates who want to kneel, I wouldn't choose that personally, but I know for a fact there's nothing against the military. They're just trying to bring light to some of these problems that we have. I mean, even at the end of the Pledge of Allegiance, it says justice for all, and not everyone is receiving justice right now.
I support my peers, and if you don't see why you need allies for people fighting for equality right now, I don't think you'll ever see it.
And once I truly understood why they kneel, I had that mindset of, I'm going to kneel this year as well. I lost my father back in 2013 to police brutality. After the George Floyd and the riots around the world, everything hit different for me because I, experienced it firsthand. So I think that's the one main reason why I'll take a knee.
I'm for sure going to take a knee. I'm very excited for the prospect of doing so because what it does for me really is it forces me to be in a position of action. Although we are successful athletes, we also are looking out for our own and really the betterment of America. It's not about just doing it for the sake of doing it. It's now, what are you going to do to break the chains off of oppression?
Kneeling is the right decision for me personally, because I'm never going to be a person that is, influencing millions and millions of people. But at the same time, this might be the biggest platform I'll ever have to change my world.
I'm going to kneel because I want America to be what it always wanted to be, the land of the free, home of the brave, liberty and justice for all.